My name is Bill Gibbons. My wife Betty and I live in the 20th Ward. It was February 23rd, 1971, that I received my own temple ordinances in the Manti temple. This was 3 weeks before I left for my mission in Japan. What stands preeminent is that first experience in Manti. I experienced a host of blessings, promises, gifts. Years later, I came to believe that on that day, those ordinances, the very elements of my spirit and my body were transfixed, transformed, and elevated. I was also instructed in the garment of the holy priesthood, its sacredness, its protections, purposes, and proper use. Last October, in General Conference, President Nelson said, in the temple, we receive protection. The thought occurred to me, well, protection against what? And he told us it was the protection against the buffetings of the world, which seemed to be accelerating exponentially as we approach the second coming. Medieval knights, when they buckled on their armor, it was for protection and also to establish their identity as servants of the king. In like manner, when we wear the garment, we do so for protection, but also to establish and reestablish on a daily basis our identity as servants of the king. A few years ago, I may relate this experience. I accepted an assignment as proxy in an initiatory assignment. What overwhelmed me was, as I moved through the stations, that final station, I encountered a gentleman, middle-aged, and as he began to speak, I could tell that he suffered from a terrible speech impediment. It was so hard for him to mouth the words. And after a while, tears started to well up in his eyes. And it wasn't out of his frustration or his struggling. It was out of a deep sense of compassion for me. And as my eyes moistened, I hope that he was able to feel the love and compassion I had for him. Well, these things happen in the temple. They do. The ancient Greek poet Homer wrote, "One can only but stand in awe and wonder beneath the sacred." It is my hope and prayer that all of us endowed will remember and honor these sacred ordinances and blessings, and that we may stand in awe of the sacredness of the garment and be aware of its strength as it remains with us on a daily basis throughout each day and throughout each night. In his house, I feel love. I feel a desire to serve him and to serve our fellows.